The Ocean Certain project is a large EU-funded research collaboration that wants to further explore the role of our oceans in a changing climate.
The ocean takes up approximately 30% of the carbon dioxide that we release to the atmosphere. And this is a process that has been going for billions of years actually. And if it hasn't been so, the world would have looked different today. All this carbon accumulates at the end on the seafloor. The biological uptake processes and storage of carbon in the sea is termed the biological carbon pump. And Ocean Certain aims to explore and quantify the effects that climate change may have on these processes and for goods and services of the ecosystem.
11 partners, more than 50 scientists from 9 countries collaborate on this €9 million interdisciplinary project, encompassing both natural and social scientists and study sites in Patagonia, Mediterranean and Neolocene in the Arctic. The study of the food web and the biological carbon pump during climate change involves several factors changing simultaneously. Ocean Certain emphasizes 2 of the most important ones: increased temperatures and decreased pH, also known as ocean acidification.
There's 2 things working together. That's why we choose to study them together, to reduce uncertainty, because any complex system you have uncertainties. If you can reduce uncertainties a little bit, this is a big improvement. That's why we choose some most important process and we work together. There is also another factor which is important to consider. As a different region has different type of sensitivity. We call it vulnerable region, such as polar area, like Arctic or Antarctica also. Those areas, they have different ecosystem. Same change may have completely different response there. That's why it is also critical to choose the region and compare their response of the climatic impact.
Ocean Certain takes interdisciplinary studies to a different level in these regions, however. The project also incorporates the social sciences in exploring the effects of changes to the biological pump on the vulnerability of human communities in the same regions. The biological pump matters to humans on 2 different levels. On the macro level, it matters because we want the ocean to keep taking up CO2. We want it to store it and sequester it in the ocean so that the Earth does not get any warmer than it already is. On the micro level, on the other hand, humans are dependent on ecosystem goods and services that could be affected by changes in the biological pump. And we want to avoid that as well. Well, considering how important the oceans are for humans in that they take up so much CO2, a lot of people are calling for us to manage the oceans better. Well, the fact of the matter is, the oceans are managing themselves just fine. What we need to manage are people and how they use the oceans. Now, that is being done on a number of levels. The law of the sea has a lot of regulations in place for areas that are within national jurisdiction and outside of it. In areas beyond national jurisdiction, you also have a lot of management regimes. And then you also have international organizations that manage the climate. In 2015, the Paris Agreement was signed. The Paris Agreement, however, did not mention the oceans more than once. It only mentioned it in the non-binding part of the agreement. And this is alarming considering how important the oceans are for carbon sequestration. With 30% of carbon being stored in the oceans, it's alarming that the international community does not recognize or understand even how important it is that we manage how we use the oceans.